Hello and welcome to Express News. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. My name is Abhishek. Let's start with the top story. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is chairing the Semiconductor Executives Roundtable in New Delhi ahead of a groundbreaking three-day event focused on the future of semiconductor technology. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired the first meeting of the Governing Board of Anusandhan National Research Foundation. The meeting focused on India's science and technology landscape and redesigning of research and development programs. The UAE-India Business Forum was held in Mumbai, emphasizing India's commitment to a forward-looking relationship with the UAE, focusing on innovation and future-ready economies. India's Commerce and Trade Minister Piyush Goyal said that the vision of Viksit Bharat has been encompassed in several visits and exchanges between the two countries. Piyush Goyal met UAE's Minister of State for Foreign Trade, Thani bin Ahmed Al Zayudi. Exchange of 10 agreements between UAE and Indian companies also took place. India's Home Minister Amit Shah addressed the first Foundation Day program of the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center as the chief guest at the Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi on Tuesday. Home Minister Amit Shah launched 4 important initiatives aimed at promoting cyber safety and security, including starting a cyber fraud mitigation center. Chief Minister of the Indian state of Haryana, Naib Singh Saini, submitted his nomination for the Larva Assembly constituency ahead of the state's assembly elections on October 5th. State Congress President Uday Bhan filed his nomination from Hodal constituency, accompanied by former Chief Minister Bhupendra Singh Hooda. The Indian Navy launched 2 anti-submarine warfare shallow water crafts, Malpe and Mulki, at Cochin shipyard in Kerala. The newly launched ships are equipped with advanced underwater sensors for anti-submarine operations in coastal waters. The 20th edition of the India-US Joint Military Exercise Yudh Abhyas 2024 is underway in Bikaner, Rajasthan. A 600 personnel contingent from the Indian Army, including the Rajput Regiment, is participating in the joint military exercise. India's Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Kiren Rijiju, held a meeting with Norway's Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and Defence delegation in India. The Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, a fisheries resources development scheme launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2020, celebrates its 4th anniversary, marking a significant milestone in India's Blue Revolution and self-reliance efforts. The 4th Reinvest Expo, a global renewable energy investors meet, is scheduled to take place in Gujarat from September 16th to 18th. For the first time, Vice Chiefs of India's 3 armed forces flew the indigenous light combat aircraft Tejas during a multilateral exercise in Rajasthan. HP India is set to partner with Paget Electronics to manufacture notebooks, desktops and all-in-one PCs in India under the Production Linked Incentive 2.0 scheme. Following a series of wolf attacks in Uttar Pradesh, Bahraich, the Forest Department captured a 5th wolf on Tuesday morning. Search operations have intensified since last week. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav announced on Tuesday that Apple's newly launched iPhone 16 is being produced in India as part of the Make in India initiative. Indian benchmark equity indices closed higher on Tuesday, capping a session of steady trading. The 30-stock PSE Sensex closed at 81,921, up 361 points. The 50-stock Nifty closed at 25,041, gaining 104 points at the closing bell. In the broader markets, the BSE small cap gained 1.53%, while the BSA mid cap was up 0.53% at close. The Indian rupee ended 2 paise lower at 83.97 against the US dollar on Tuesday. Gold futures maturing on October 1st stood at rupees 71,710 per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange of India. Silver futures maturing on December 5th was retailing at 83,778 per kg on the MCX. Oil prices edged down on Tuesday as weak Chinese demand offset US supply disruptions from tropical storm Francine. Brent crude futures were down 32 cents to $71.51 a barrel. Asian stocks inched slightly higher on Tuesday but struggled to sustain an upbeat rally on Wall Street as concerns about a faltering Chinese economy dampened the market mood. European and US stock markets bounced higher after big pre-weekend falls over concerns about the health of the US economy. US futures pared some of their gains on Tuesday. Now, Google is set to face its second antitrust trial since September 2023 against the Department of Justice over its alleged monopolistic power in the ad tech industry. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar attends annual ambassadors conference of German Foreign Office in Berlin, discusses key diplomatic strategies, international relations. External Affairs Minister's visit to Berlin is set to prepare grounds for German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's proposed trip to India next month. India's new permanent representative to the UN, Parvatneni Harish, presents his credentials to Secretary General at UN headquarters. At UN Security Council open debate, Ambassador Harish noted that India is the largest troop contributor to UN peacekeeping in cumulative terms. Several lawmakers detained in late-night swoops on former PM Imran Khan's party in Islamabad. Arrest made a day after party held major rally to demand Imran's release. Among those picked up by Pak police are Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman Gohar Khan, a third man and a senior PTI member. Presidential candidates Donald Trump and Kamala Harris gear up for a face-off first presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Trump on Tuesday. The 90-minute debate hosted by ABC News will take place in the city of Philadelphia at 0100 GMT. Pre-written notes are prohibited. Mics will be muted to ensure a fair exchange. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken met British Foreign Minister David Lammy in London. UK-US allies are set to share the resolve on Ukraine and differences on Gaza. In meetings with UK PM Keir Starmer and Foreign Secretary David Lammy, Blinken will also discuss issues including the Indo-Pacific region and the AUKUS defence pact between the US, Australia and Britain. Police hunt for alleged US highway shooter continues. Police used a helicopter, drones and dogs to aid them in their search. EU Foreign Policy Chief says European Union ready to offer logistical capacities to reopen Rafah border, urges political solution for Gaza conflict. In a visit to Egypt's side of the Rafah border crossing, EU Foreign Affairs Chief Josep Borrell mentioned sanctions proposed against ministers, agencies and institutions implicated in the illegal expansion of colonies in the West Bank. US urges Israel to probe into killing of American Turkish women last week in Israeli-occupied West Bank. Ukraine strikes Moscow in biggest drone attack to date with 144 drones as Russian forces advance in eastern Ukraine. 1 killed, 3 injured. Russia claims it downed 20 drones while 2 high-rise apartment buildings were damaged and several flats caught fire. 43 people evacuated to temporary accommodation centers. Russia's defense ministry on Tuesday claimed to capture a town in eastern Ukraine and 3 other villages in the Donetsk region. Former Venezuelan presidential candidate Gonzalez pledges to continue fight for the opposition. Meanwhile, US stressed that Venezuelan president needs to release election data from July's disputed election to address global concerns about its validity. North Korea to increase number of nuke weapons. Leader Kim Jong-un announced the implementation of nuclear force construction policy. All right, we'll slip into a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching Express News. Welcome back. You're watching Express News. Some more stories. Death toll in Vietnam from Typhoon Yagi rises to 82. Most of the victims were killed in landslides and flash floods triggered by the typhoon. Typhoon Yagi, Asia's most powerful storm this year, downgraded to a tropical depression after wreaking havoc in northern Vietnam. Fast-spreading California wildfire forces thousands to flee and fears heat wave. Wildfire, only 3% contained, has charred more than 21,000 acres as temperatures soar into triple digits. The wildfire caused the air quality index to skyrocket to a hazardous high of 339, more than 200 points above acceptable levels. Tropical storm Francine developed in the Gulf of Mexico to make landfall as a hurricane along the coast of United States, Louisiana. Scotland Sphinx, an ancient snow patch and a remnant of the last ice age, is about to melt for the fourth consecutive year, indicating dramatic shift in the region's climate. Brazilian firefighters and fire mitigation experts to join Bolivian authorities in battling wildfires that have consumed 3.8 million hectares land in Bolivia. Water levels in Amazon rainforest rivers have been falling, leading to water shortage among natives, with many relying on outside supplies of drinking water. India's Met Department has issued alerts for several peninsular states including Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Maharashtra. Facing weather havoc, Indian state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh have been severely impacted by flooding and train cancellations. Mumbai and Chennai are also seeing relentless rains. Oasis Prince Van Halen guitars up for auction in London. A collection of iconic popular culture items is on display in London before being auctioned by Sotheby's. This is Sotheby's first popular culture auction, with online bidding closing on 12 September. The auction also includes designer jackets from Marianne Faithfull. Wes Gordon debuted Carolina Herrera's Spring 25 collection at New York Fashion Week, which celebrates empowered women. New York Fashion Week is in its fourth day and will conclude on 11 September. Big Tech major Apple unveiled its artificial intelligence boosted iPhone 16 range of smartphones at its flagship Glow Time event in Cupertino on Monday. Apple has launched the Apple Watch Series 10, boasting a larger, expansive display and advanced technology. With 30% more screen space, the watch offers bigger fonts and enhanced visibility. It includes Apple's first wide-angle OLED display, providing up to 40% more brightness from an angle. The new model is designed for improved readability on the go. Apple introduced the new AirPods Pro during its Glow Time event, featuring enhanced design and functionality with a smaller USB-C charging case and up to 30 hours of battery life. The new models support voice isolation, personalized special audio and a hearing aid feature across devices. Two variants will be available, including a model with active noise cancellation. The International Canine Federation recognized Kazakh Teze as official dog breed. The Teze has cultural significance in Kazakhstan linked to traditional nomadic society and the Zeti Kazena. Dozens of dogs took part in the annual dog surfathon held at the Del Mar Dog Beach in the US. Dogs wearing costumes and goggles rode their subboards in the longest running canine surf competition in the country as owners cheered them on. In Vietnam's Dak Nong province, ethnic groups are adopting a new approach to coffee replanting. The new method cuts costs and time by utilizing innovative coffee varieties and advanced production technologies. Two young wildlife photographers have discovered a new variety of ghost wasp in a national park in Top-End, Australia. Samples of the new wasp variety were sent to a leading expert on native Australian wasps. Efforts to conserve vultures in Nepal have been successful, with the number of vultures in Pokhara and surrounding area surging by 22%. In a return to classic composers, Russia's renowned Bolshoi Theatre has launched a new season in Moscow with a ballet performance of Tchaikovsky's Sleeping Beauty. The theatre is preparing for its 250th jubilee next year, in which they want to celebrate Russian culture. Hollywood singer and actress Selena Gomez wooed fans crazy as she arrives at Toronto Film Festival for the Canadian premiere of her new Netflix movie, Emilia Perez. Actor Kevin Kline walks the red carpet with director Alfonso Cuarón for the Canadian premiere of his new thriller show Disclaimer at the Toronto International Film Festival. American rock singer Bruce Springsteen and his E Street Band sent fans into a frenzy after premiere of their latest documentary, Road Diary: Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band at the International Film Festival in Toronto. Renowned Hollywood actor and voice of the Darth Vader died at the age of 93. His cause of death is still unknown. Voters of Country Music Awards have ignored American singer Beyoncé by not nominating her iconic album Cowboy Carter at the prestigious music awards. Singer Morgan Wallen is leading Country Music Awards nominations with 7 nominations in his kitty. Makers of new Harry Potter series, HBO has launched casting call for the next generation of Harry, Ron and Hermione from the UK and Ireland. Fast and Furious actor Tyrese Gibson has been arrested after failing to pay $10,000 as monthly child support to his ex-wife Samantha Lee. The Shraddha Kapoor and Rajkumar Rao star Stree 2 has emerged the second highest grossing film of all time in Hindi cinema after surpassing the lifetime collections of Pathaan. Vijay starrer Goat has crossed the 300 crore mark worldwide, and the box office becomes highest growing Tamil film of 2024. Indian Paralympic athletes were given a hero's welcome upon their arrival at the Delhi airport after a historic performance at the Paris Paralympics. India will field 17 shuttlers across 5 events at the Hong Kong Open 2024 badminton tournament in Kowloon. India's strong team to compete at the Chess Olympiad, the most prestigious team competition in the sport in Budapest, capital of Hungary. In football, India suffered a 0-3 loss to Syria in their second and final Intercontinental Cup match in Hyderabad. The former partner of Ugandan athlete Rebecca, who is accused of killing her, has died from burns sustained during the attack. In tennis, Jannik Sinner tightened his grip on the #1 spot in the latest ATP rankings, which were released after he won the US Open. England captain Harry Kane will receive his 100th cap when England hosts Finland in the Nations League at the Wembley. Ousmane Dembele's stunner helped France to a relatively comfortable 2-0 victory over Belgium in the Nations League. In form, Germany want to build on their strong start to the Nations League when they take on the Netherlands in Amsterdam on Tuesday night. Formula One star designer Adrian Newey will join Aston Martin, a luxury British sports car manufacturer, on March 1st next year as managing technical partner. Alright, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.